Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. You clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion for September 15th to 29th. First, we're going to talk about newly formed Tropical Storm Sally. It's become better organized. You can see it has good outflow and it has good curvature. You can see that in the cloud pattern. And the National Hurricane Center forecast Sally to track towards the central Gulf Coast states and possibly intensify into a hurricane. And this will cause a threat of heavy rain along the Gulf Coast during the midweek. And this, along with a stalled boundary, will likely help to focus very heavy rain into next week. Deep moisture and the slow movement of the storm could cause heavy rain later in the week through the Mississippi and Tennessee valleys, depending on the makeup of the atmosphere at that time. And we're going to take a look at that right now. Let's see if I can get to a map. Let me see which one. Okay, this. What we have here, let me get to the 15. Here's Sally, and there's a trough further back. Maybe I can look better on here. There's a trough here. We have an upper ridge here to the north and a trough here to the west. And this will interact with Sally. And it depends how it interacts, where the heavy rainfall will be. But right now we're expecting it to be along the Gulf Coast states. Okay. We're going to look at other things. Now we're going to take a look at the other tropics. We have other tropical systems out there. I don't know. Let me see if I... Well, first let's look at the storm, the forecast track. This is the GFS. This is the early second. This would take it, and it's supposed to be a hard right turn as it interacts with that trough. Okay, and we'll see if that comes true. Now, also, I don't know if I can adjust this. Okay. Here's, which one is this? We have a wave moving out right here. We have Rini, a tropical depression, and we have Pauline out here in the Atlantic. So the tropics remain pretty active, and we're going to be keeping an eye on this for the next week. Okay, we're going to get to the forecast now. We have our upper low here that is off the northwest coast, and this will send rain into the fire and drought-stricken northwest. And we have below normal heights here across. We have an upper low here near over northern Hudson Bay with the trough here over eastern Canada, and we have a fairly zonal progressive flow here across the northern states with the ridge across the south with above normal heights. And what else do I want to talk about? Okay, we're going to talk about what's going on across the Pacific. We have a transition in the pattern over the Northeast Pacific, and this will result in this fairly deep closed low to bring some rain and cooler temperatures to areas of California, Northern California, and the Northwest by early to mid-week. Okay, we're going to look at the period now for September 20th to 24th. 20th to the 24th. And the flow doesn't really change very much. We still have our ridge across the southern U.S. Here's the upper low. And here's also an upper low here, Hudson Bay with below normal heights. Zone of flow with above normal heights across here. And all the teleconnection indices are positive right now. That's why we have the below normal heights here And the PNA will trend negative later, and this will be by the end of this forecast period, by the end of the month. Okay, so for this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures for much of the nation, and I'm forecasting anomalies of up to 12 degrees above normal, and it'll be mainly here in the west. Lower anomalies of maybe 2 to 6 degrees above normal across the remainder of the nation. For precipitation, call for above normal precipitation here and for this region, and the probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. And then we have below normal precipitation for this region, and the probability of occurrence is 35%. Looking ahead to the end of the month, this is for the 25th to 29th. Little overall change is forecast in the flow. We still have above normal heights across much of the nation, progressive zonal flow across the north, and we have below normal heights extending from Greenland to the Gulf of Alaska. And if you look back here, we have this area of positive height anomalies here that will gradually work westward, maybe, and that's when the PNA goes negative, and that'll be towards the end of the month. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures from the Mississippi Valley to Pacific Coast, and I'm forecasting anomalies to be near 12 degrees above normal. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation from the Mississippi Valley to the Pacific Coast, and I'm forecasting the probability of occurrence is 40%. And then we have above normal precipitation here, and the probability of occurrence is 35%. That's the long range weather forecast discussion for September 15th to the 29th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.